Alright, how's it going, everybody? So, of course, back in January, I did a season predictions video on how I thought the 2025 NASCAR season would go. And now that the 2025 season is now officially in the books, I think it's now time to go back to that season predictions video and see how I did. Prediction number 1 in trucks. Corey Heim will have the most wins in 2025.
Correct!
Wow, Corey Heim had one of the greatest seasons in Truck Series history as we start this off with a bang. So not only did Corey Heim have the most wins in trucks this year, he set the record for most wins in a Truck Series season with 12 wins on the season. A win percentage this year of 48%. Damn near won half the schedule. He shattered the previous record of 9 wins held by Greg Biffle in 1999. Not only that, he also got the championship, too, for being the best driver throughout the season, which, hey, look at that. Shitty format actually gave the best driver the title for once. Nah, damn. But yeah, Corey Heim had a season to remember. It's still criminal that he doesn't have a full-time ride next year. Also, why the hell is he not in the 35 car at 2311 instead of Riley Herbst? But yeah, what a season to remember from Corey Heim. All I say for Heim's season is, so this must have been what it was like to watch Jeff Gordon dominate in the 90s. Prediction number 2. Daniel Hemrick will win a truck race in 2025.
Correct!
Good old Martinsville for the win. Yeah, Daniel Hemrick got another win in the NASCAR Top 3 National Touring Series. His first win since the Xfinity title back in 2021. And Daniel Hemrick once again did another backflip, as the backflip is back in business. But yeah, Daniel Hemrick actually had a really respectable year in trucks this year. Honestly, not bad for his first year in trucks in the 19 for McAnally Racing. Good job out of him this year. Prediction number 3. Kyle Busch will go winless in his 5 truck starts in 2025. Damn it. Prediction number 4. Frankie Muniz will finish top 20 in points in 2025. Damn it. Prediction number 5. The final 4 in trucks will be Corey Heim, Lane Riggs, Ty Majeski, and Raja Caruth. Okay, I didn't do too horrible with this prediction. I got 2 out of 4 correct. The 2 I got right, of course, was Corey Heim, yours truly, and Ty Majeski. And then the 2 I got wrong, well, Raja Caruth was inconsistent this year. Like, he was just very hit or miss this year. No real in-between outside of his win at Nashville. Just was very inconsistent this year. And I'll be honest, Lane Riggs should have been in the Final 4. Like, it was complete bullshit that Riggs didn't make the Final 4. Where he lost out the Honeycutt on a tiebreaker. Even though Lane Riggs had more wins than Caden Honeycutt this year. Yeah, this is how you know this chase format with how it's structured is so fucking stupid. When a guy that has 3 wins this season loses out on a tiebreaker to a guy with 0 wins. In a format that was specifically designed to reward winning over everything else. Make that make sense to me. Prediction number 1 in Xfinity. Austin Hill will not win the season opener at Daytona in 2025.
Correct!
Well, the good news is that Austin Hill's winning streak at Daytona in the opener ended, but RCR's streak continued in the opener since Jesse Love won the opener. But hey, at least it wasn't Austin Hill for once, and we could talk about somebody else after the opener for a change. Although Austin Hill still dominated the stupid speedway races after, because he won Atlanta, and then he won the 2, then he swept the Dega races. So yeah, once again, even though Austin Hill didn't win Daytona, He still got the last laugh on the stupid speedways. Well, at least we can talk about somebody else after Daytona for a change, if that's the only positive we can take out of this. Prediction number 2. Sheldon Creed will finally get his first career Xfinity win in 2025. No, Sheldon Creed continues to still be winless. Like, I don't know what Sheldon Creed did in a past life, but one thing's becoming pretty clear, and that's God is not a Sheldon Creed fan, and God hates Creed. Like, seriously. What does Sheldon Creed gotta do to win an Xfinity race, for Christ's sakes? And I believe now a second place finish counter in Xfinity's up to, I believe it's now 15 or 16 second place finishes without a win. Like, goddamn, I think he's gonna end up getting to 20 second place finishes before getting a win. Like, seriously. What did Sheldon Creed do to deserve this shit? God. Prediction number 3. Sammy Smith will finish lower in points than all 3 of his full-time Junior Motorsports teammates in 2025.
Correct!
Well, this ended up being right by default because Sammy Smith ended up being the only Junior Motorsports car to not make the Final 4, since Silage, Allgaier, and Carson Kvapil all made the Final 4. So yeah, this was a pretty easy by default prediction. But yeah, even under a season-long points format, Sammy Smith still would have been the lowest finishing Junior Motorsports car. Since even though Carson Kvapil didn't win, he was still more consistent than Sammy, shockingly. Crazy how that works. But yeah, Sammy Smith, he might be taking the role of where Brandon Jones was at Junior Motorsports. Difference was, at least Sammy could win a race at Junior Motorsports, unlike Brandon Jones. Prediction number 4. Nick Sanchez will make the Xfinity Series chase.
Correct!
Yep, Nick Sanchez did with his win at Atlanta in June and the summertime. But yeah, and before anybody says that he benefited off the win and in stipulation this year, actually, no, he didn't, because after further review, Nick Sanchez still would have made the chase this year without the win and in stipulation anyway, because Nick Sanchez was 12th in points after Gateway, so his chase spot is actually legitimate. He earned it fair and square. So yeah, in terms of his first year in Xfinity with Big Machine Racing, not bad. Not a bad season out of him. I expect him to take another step forward next year. Prediction number 5. The Final 4 in Xfinity will be Austin Hill, Connor Zillage, Sam Mayer, and Justin Allgaier. Alright, I didn't do too horrible with this prediction like trucks. I got 2 out of 4 right for Xfinity. The 2 I got right were Zillage and Allgaier. In terms of the other 2, well, Sam Mayer shit the bed in the round of 8. He should have made it in, but completely fell apart and couldn't get the job done. And then in terms of Austin Hill, well, if Austin Hill didn't get suspended and lose all his bonus points for that stupidity at Indy with Almirola, Hill most likely would have easily made the Final 4 since he won Dega in the round of 8. All I have to say for Austin Hill is, well, flushing a championship caliber season down the toilet just to get payback in Almirola at Indy, was it truly worth it? Prediction number 1 in Cup. Shane Van Gisbergen will win the Mexico race.
Correct!
Yeah, not only did SVG win at Mexico, he straight up dominated that race and gave the field Mexican belt to ass. That race is what we call a paddling, folks. Just absolute domination. Like how nearly every race that SVG won on the road courses this year was complete domination. Like hell, he even won the race by 17 seconds. Jesus Christ. SVG really put on a show in the first race at Mexico. Too bad the Cup Series won't be at Mexico next year due to FIFA World Cup scheduling conflicts. Hopefully Mexico's back on the schedule in 2027. Prediction number 2. Cody Ware will finish outside the top 30 in points.
Correct!
Well, this really isn't much of a prediction. This was more stating the obvious. Like, this is like my free space prediction just to guarantee I don't go 0 for 10 in Cup predictions. Because, oh my God, Cody Ware was horrible this year. Gah! He finished 36 in points. Worst out of all the full-time drivers. Like, hell, even Riley Herbst finished higher in points than Cody Ware. Riley Herbst! And I forgot on numerous occasions, like many fans, that Riley Herbst exists in the Cup Series. Like, how the hell do you finish lower in points than Riley Herbst? Like, that's embarrassing. Prediction number 3. A driver will have a win taken away from them via disqualification. No race winner DQs. Like, I think the closest we came to one was the double DQ at Talladega in the spring with Ryan Preece and Joey Logano both getting disqualified. Especially when Preece just lost to Cindric in that photo finish. Honestly, that whole situation would have been worse if Preece won that race. Well, then again, if Preece won that race, then this prediction would have been correct. But yeah, still, we've only had like one disqualification winner since we've brought DQs back in the Cup Series. Crazy. Prediction number 4. Joey Logano will win the most races in 2025. I've never been more happy to get a prediction wrong in my entire life. In terms of driver that got the most wins this year, that would be Denny Hamlin this year with 6 wins. But yeah, I should have remembered with Logano that this was an odd number year, and Logano is fucking useless on odd number years. I don't know. I probably would have had better luck if I did this for an even number predictions video, not an odd number one. Note the self for next time. Prediction number 5. Kyle Larson will finish top 10 in both the Indy 500 and the Coke 600 during the Charlotte Indy double attempt. Well, no, Larson didn't even come close, really, to finishing top 10 in either race. In fact, Larson DNF'd in both the Coke 600 and the Indy 500. This attempt at the Charlotte Indy double was a double disaster. Honestly, that Charlotte Indy double disaster turned Larson's season into a massive downward spiral after, because he really struggled and fell off after. The fact that he still won the championship despite that double disaster is amazing and a miracle. Even under a full season points format, too. Crazy how some shit ends up turning out being, even after disaster. But yeah, what a shame, though. There was a lot of hope and optimism with Larson entering this attempt at the double. But yeah, it ends in disappointment. What a shame. Prediction number 6. There will be 13 different winners in Cup in 2025, including 2 first-time winners. Well, I was close on this, but no cigar. So this year we had 14 different winners in Cup this year, which it is the lowest total we've had in the next-gen era, even lower than what we had in 2023. And we only had 1 first-time winner this year, and that was Josh Berry back at Vegas in the spring. I'll be honest, Josh Berry was one of the drivers I had getting their first career win this year. The other I had was Ty Gibbs. And yeah, Ty Gibbs, though, he did come close on a couple occasions, but was very disappointing, and he really fell victim to that sophomore. Well, actually, into the sophomore slump because last year was a sophomore season. So, yeah, really fell off after last year. Like, I thought Ty Gibbs was going to build off the improvement he had last year, but really took a step back. Jeez. But yeah, it seems like the parity is starting to go down on this next-gen car now that everyone's getting their heads wrapped around it. Prediction number 7. Shane Van Gisbergen will win Rookie of the Year in 2025.
Correct!
Well, this was an easy prediction, too. Like, this really wasn't much of a prediction. It was more stating the obvious. Since Shane Van Gisbergen's only competition for Rookie of the Year this year was Riley fucking Herbst. So, yeah, this was a pretty easy one, too. Especially with Shane Van Gisbergen setting the record for most wins in the rookie season with 5 wins. As he really took the whole road course merchant thing seriously. But yeah, he had 5 wins this year, which is a rookie record, breaking the previous record by Jimmy Johnson and Tony Stewart's 3 wins rookie seasons in 99 and 02 respectively for most rookie wins in the season. I'll say this though, even though Shane Van Gisbergen did have the winningest rookie season in NASCAR history, his season was nowhere near close to best rookie season of all time. Best rookie season of all time in the Cup Series still belongs to Jimmy Johnson in 2002. But hey, Shane definitely can have a long career as long as he keeps winning 5, 4, 5, 6 road course races a year. He'll definitely have a long career doing that if he keeps the road course merchant powers up. And let's be honest, Shane Van Gisbergen winning on the road courses, that's the real reason people hate the road courses now, not the car. They just, because the fans are now slowly turning on Shane Van Gisbergen not even 1 year not even 1 full season in. Prediction number 8. The 2025 Cup Series chase field will include Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Chris Buescher, Christopher Bell, Joey Logano, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, Ty Gibbs, and Shane Van Gisbergen. Alright, I didn't do too horrible with this one. Got 12 out of 16 correct. I mean, the 4 I got wrong, well, Kyle Busch's downward spiral continued to intensify. Brad Keselowski dug himself in a hole and he could never dig out of it and recover from it. Because Keselowski was pretty bad like the first half of the regular season. He did show a lot of improvement later in the year, dug himself in too big a hole to dig out of. And for Chris Buescher and Ty Gibbs, interesting fact, both of them would have made the chase this year without the winning in stipulation. Because both Gibbs and Buescher would have been top 16 in points after Daytona. And in terms of who else, the other driver that would have made in without winning in, well, without winning in, Ryan Preece would have made the chase. So, yeah. So, even without winning in, I still would have got this wrong. But without winning in, it would have been 14 out of 16 instead of 12 out of 16. But, yeah, hopefully in the offseason, we'll get a real championship format. Prediction number 9. Denny Hamlin will win the 2025 Cup Series championship and then will announce his retirement at the end of the season. Dear God, that was the most brutal way to lose a championship I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I thought Denny Hamlin had that thing in the bag until William Byron's tire went kaboom with 3 to go, and then the 11 team fumbled the pit strategy by taking 4 tires, while Larson and a number of others took 2. But yeah, so no chance. Like, I don't know why I really added the retirement part, and I'll be honest, I should have just said Hamlin would win the 2025 title, and even then it would still be wrong. But, there's still a possibility for the retirement part to be correct. But right now I'm going to score it as wrong overall. I know that Hamlin has a contract for next year, and he says he's going to be back. Here's the thing, no. We all thought the same thing, too, about Carl Edwards after 2016. And look what happened about a couple months after that fiasco at Homestead in 2016. And yeah, because the way Hamlin lost that title, it gives off a lot of Carl Edwards 2016 vibes. Like, the way Hamlin lost, that's the type of loss you don't mentally come back from. What a shame for Hamlin. So yeah, 20 years of trying, another year of frustration for Denny Hamlin. But Hamlin has officially cemented his legacy as now the greatest driver to ever win a championship. What a shame for him. And my final prediction was my pick for the 2025 Daytona 500. And well, for the 20th time, Lady Luck deals a bad hand to Kyle Busch. Just, yeah, what does Busch got to do to get a Daytona 500 on his resume? Like, the man has won every goddamn race there is to win in this sport in 2 championships. Like, the only thing missing from Kyle Busch's first ballot Hall of Fame career is a Daytona 500. And yeah, but as Mike Joyce said it, 20 years of trying, another year of frustration for Rowdy. Don't worry, Busch. Someday you'll get that Daytona 500. Hopefully someday. Someday the luck might turn in your favor, but time will tell. But yeah, anyway, here are the final tallies for my predictions this year, which I didn't do too horrible. I mean, that's a pretty solid score. I mean, usually a lot of people get that kind of score on their best days when they do this format. But yeah, still had a lot of fun doing these predictions even on a part-time basis. I'm not 100% sure if I'll do predictions next year, though. I'm kind of waiting to see how the championship format goes, what looks like next year, if it's going to be full season points, or the OG chase format, or that stupid-ass 3-3-4 one I've heard being tossed around. Like, in terms of what my plan is, I don't even know if I'm watching on a full-time basis next year or part-time. Like, in terms of what I'm going to do next in terms of 2026 in terms of NASCAR content, I'm really in the time will tell type deal. I mean, it's just honestly waiting to see what happens. Like, once a few, like, dominoes start to fall, I think you'll get a good idea there. But, you know, even if I do predictions, well, if it's full season points, I might change it up. I don't know. We'll have to see. But, yeah, anyway, that wraps it up for another year of season predictions. So, yeah, hope everyone has a great off season, and I'll see you all whatever I make next. I'm out.